Hey, 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 welcome back. Welcome back to the Psychical Healer channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message for the collective. Know that energy is fluid, rules could be reversed. Just interpret the message as best resonates with you. Also know on this channel and all my channels, I really do love to dive deep within the reading. So I look at everything, but we take a lot more time to look at the spiritual blocks and shadows and see how they play it as karmic themes to help you understand why your person's doing what they're doing, why you're attracting that person into your life. What is the whole spiritual significance of the connection? And why would we even want to know that spiritual significance? Well, stick around and you'll find out. All right. Now, if you resonate with this, give it a like, subscribe. Definitely subscribe because you want to know when I am going to go live again. All right. Okay. Anything of any importance or relevance to the channel, you can find in the description box below, such as my other YouTube channel. So if you're connected to a Virgo or Scorpio or a Gemini, definitely check out those other card placements. My channels are again in there, as well as my website and social media. All right, let's see what the underlying energy is. We always want to know what the underlying energy is because that tells us why a person does what they do. When a person wears masks and they create facades and illusions, they're not coming from their true self. Their true self is the higher self. They're coming from, again, the illusion of what they want you to think, but that is not truly who they are. And so again, the underlying energy tells us, again, more or less who they are and what's going on. So again, inferiority. And let's pull another one from a different deck. And that is, again, fear. So I feel like this person misjudged you. I feel like, you're someone that's just very down to earth and nice, and they misjudged you. And now that you're in separation from them, it's like they really see who you are, and it's making them feel very like, again, inferior, like not good enough, like whatever that they saw, they want to know why they didn't see you for who you are. They saw you as, again, like the reflection of through their wound, almost like a version of you that doesn't exist. So it's almost like they feel as if you were hidden from them. And so the inferiority is like, I feel like this person would really want to talk to you now, but it's they feel insecure. And so we have to say, first and foremost, why do they feel inferior? Why do they feel insecure? Well, because this person, I feel like they ghosted you. It's like what happens is that this person gets triggered and then they withdraw emotionally. And then what happens is that, they know that it affects you. It affects people when people do that, but it's their way of, again, avoiding. So again, they withdraw from, the connection when things get hard. They, again, here's the same thing. They avoid, they're an avoidant. So there's someone that just like doesn't show up for the connection. And then over time that made you feel like, are you like ashamed of me? Are you avoiding me? Is there something like, did you change your mind? Where it's almost like when they withdraw. So it's almost like the relationship doesn't get that deep. And then they get triggered, they withdraw. And the trigger could just, again, be because you want to have a real transparent, and form a real emotional connection to this person, where you're looking at it like maybe they're ashamed of you, like I said, where I don't really feel like it's like they're ashamed. I feel like they're ashamed of their feelings. That's what they're ashamed of. They're not ashamed of you. They're ashamed of like showing those feelings, showing that they have feelings, bringing you around, like, and really like having that. And then what you felt like is, well, in order to have a connection, like the relationship was built on lies, like almost like you were living a lie because this person's not really including you really into their life. And what you saw is like, well, you're hiding a lot of other things. Like maybe like there was other things going on in this person's life. Like it wasn't, you weren't just dating me. You were like talking to a few different people, and you thought that this person was, it's ironic. This person saw you for who you're not. Again, almost like, I don't want to say that not good enough for them, but almost like maybe you weren't too showy. Maybe again didn't come across rich enough, snooty enough. Whatever that illusion is that they again tend to go for, and you saw this person for as if they were better than who they actually are. Now all of a sudden, this person sees that you're actually a lot better than what they perceived, and you're like looking at this person being like, well, now I see you for who you really are, like, and you're not like liking what you see. So that's the irony that's happening right now. And it's mainly because this person kept doing the same thing. Like you just felt like you had already like lived through whatever they had done. And so whether that was with not just them, maybe even in another connection, and it just triggered, the reaction of, well, you've already done it. You're going to continue to do this. And that could be talk to other people, be avoidant. Again, someone that continues to like check out every time the relationship gets hard, or not just check out when the relationship gets hard, whenever they have to show up for you. So it could be, a special occasion. It could be, anytime you really need this person. So again, which is what makes you feel like, well, like your feelings are being ignored, like you're not being valued, where it's not really that person is meaning to be that way. It's the way that they deal with the relationship. The relationship, as soon as it gets hard, they avoid. It's again, and it would make you feel ignored, and it would hurt you over time. And so this is kind of the manifestation of what happened. Now let's see why that happened. Let's see what the hidden truths are, what this person really feels about you, and then what they're doing. I know I was a distraction from your pain. So this person, being that they weren't giving you, they were like, why would you even put up with that? If you put up with that, it's because were already in pain. So I was someone new. Because what I see here is, it's again emotionally, that's probably this person is, I think, is either thinking like, you've gone through this before, again, where emotionally it's a one-sided relationship, and so I was someone new. That, because again, why else would you be with me? We need to let each other go. And my life is not as together as it seems. So this person, again, what they've created in their life is not really what is true, and that's what now too. That's what you see. You're like, wait a minute, I saw you as being much better than what you actually are. And it's like, this person again creates a lot of illusions, which is why they did never let you really into their life, which is why the deep conversations are hard. What are they going to say? It's like, my life is a lie. Half of it's a lie. I don't really make as much money as I say, and maybe don't own the house or the car. Maybe again, I'm not 100% debt free. Whatever it is, it's again the persona, which is why they're like, well, if you come close, you're obviously going to see all that. So then you're like, well, what are they doing? What's the whole point, of the connection? Well, it's everyone learns. Understand, we didn't get to you why you attracted this person into your life yet. But we have to say where this person's healing resides. And that's first by saying, well, what are they doing? Well, again, they have major trust issues, and because they create major trust issues. This person's suppressing their emotions. So again, you may be using food as a way to like push down their emotions. They feel again their self-image is um, like shattered, where I feel like this person does care about how other people perceive them. And I think again the way that you see this person is again that they kind of betrayed you because they didn't ever gave 100%. It's again like what really spirit's saying is it's like this person's burdened with their own like things, their own feelings, and their own judgments about themselves based on past experiences, karmic contracts. So, again, I feel like they brought that into this connection. And then what happened is it became more about like the physical, like again, that the fact that this person like has a lot of attraction, but it's all about dominance and control, and where you would be put in a place of disempowerment because you're not in a relationship with a real person. You're in a relationship with someone that's never going to let you in because there is nothing to let in, is what shows again that their life really isn't all together. And so again, people that create that type of illusion, again where again they're hiding behind material things, they're creating illusions of what they want you to believe their life looks like, is because they're in their old habits. They have bad habits. It's again they drink too much, have surface relationships. That's why their life doesn't work. Anyone that shows up for their life and that's consistent in their life, things are going to happen. This person doesn't show up for themselves. It's like they have bad habits, and that's inherited, it says here. And again, so they're always in a place where they're imbalanced and they don't really trust themselves. So that, again, understand this person's always the victim, but they're the main equation. They're the main thing in every equation of their life. So they're the problem. And they're the problem because they choose to stay imbalanced. And it's again because they feel inadequate. They feel again not good enough, so that their issues are because beget to get projected onto you, so you wind up living this person's trauma. And that's, and I say that because the way that they deal with their trauma is through addiction, through not like showing up. So by withdrawing, through avoiding, so it's being in a relationship with one person that's doing the work. That's what it feels like. And then when they don't like the relationship, they're the victim, where really Spirit's saying it's like they need a lot of healing. And so it's not like they could even possibly have a good connection. They don't even know how to process their emotions. Excuse me. So we have to say again, why did you attract this person into your life? Because I don't really see them doing anything to fix it. I feel like, again, they say the victim, unless this person can control and manipulate, then they're not really going to do it. Because it would require them to give up their bad behaviors. To let someone in really fully and to be transparent, and that would mean, hey, you're gonna see right through the illusion, and that the illusion is what they really want people to see them as, because they don't like who they are. And so Spirit says again, outdoors in nature, card number 1. Card number 2 is again source. Card number 3 is self-love. Card number 4 is frustration. Number 5 is neglect. And card number 6 is abandonment. So we always look at the inner child wounds to see, why did you attract a person into your life that, again, this person can't show up for you? It's again, they can't even show up for themselves. It's again, and I say that because whenever there's addiction, the person's not dealing with life. So they don't deal with life. So they can't deal with their relationship. Shouldn't even be in a relationship because they don't love themselves. So they can't give to you, but they're going to again create the illusion. So again, that they can have a physical connection is what you see, what you saw there. And so um, really the spirit's saying it's again, you're a mirror of whom what comes into your life. So does that mean you're like that? No, but the energetic template as a child, when you went through the experience, what was the experience? Well, neglect and abandonment obviously are what pop up. And so when we're a child and our needs aren't met, right? We feel if we feel neglected, and that could be for any reason. You could have grown up in an alcoholic family. You could have grown up with adultery. Like there was some trauma that was happening within the family dynamic, or again, parent just couldn't deal with their own life. So having children made it difficult. So there was just neglect there where abandonment's felt on an emotional level, psychological level. So life becomes hard. Again, where you like frustration. Why? Because when we're not learning to love ourselves, our parents teach us that by how they treat us. Again, they teach us to be nice. They teach us to be, you know, patient and kind and whatever those habits are, those good habits that we're supposed to instill. But obviously, if you didn't get the love that you needed, and you were neglected and abandoned, well, then survival is what, is the focal point, not loving ourselves. So again, self love. But when we're in this survival mode, we're not grounded. We're not grounded to the universe. We're not grounded to the earth. We're not grounded to our physical body because we're in our head, where again we're in the future, what might happen, what could happen, what did happen, instead of the moment. So obviously spirit's saying when we have that kind of trauma, there is a very close connection to source. So what really spirit says, you attracted that person because they abandoned you, because they neglected, because again that parent, or it could be a parent, or it could be, someone of importance abandoned you, neglected you, that you perceived that they should have loved you, they couldn't love you, and that trauma created a disconnect from your physical body, from again actually feeling it. You felt the abandonment. So spirit says this. So this connection brought up a lot of that past trauma that you went through before, and that's why you had to relive it, but to do something different now, because like what you see is that this person's not really capable of giving, not the way that you would be happy. And so spirit says, so not giving the energy to this person means you have to put it somewhere else. Why? Because it's alchemy. That's how you transmute the negative energy. You have to embody a new consciousness by first and foremost, take a bold action, take a deep step, take a big step that pushes you out of your comfort zone. So again, when we jump into a whole other experience, it allows us to see things differently. We get to connect to different people, new experiences happen, which push us to act differently, allows us to see ourselves differently. People treat you differently. That's also what allows you to see yourself differently. So again, attracted to a person that abandoned you and neglected you, which is that energy that you get by you again filling up your own cup, by again going out into the world and discovering the wonders in you, the wonders in the world, well, allows you to again get that emotional support that you need. Spirit says it because really it's all about letting go of who you were to realize who you are. And so some experiences we need to go through to say that, like, I'm not deserving of this. I deserve so much more than this. Really, again, that's how we ascend life, because we again go out into the world and we see ourselves for who we are today. And that allows us to have some sort of perception of how we were seeing ourselves, and it was all to again alchemize that negative energy, again that the experience that you grew up in, that you were abandoned, that again you felt unworthy, not good enough. And really spirit says that was the perception because of what you went through. Show up for yourself. When you show up for yourself, again, that's how you ascend life. And that's really how you alchemize life. Because again, you already learned, and you learned through, again, that negative experience. Now you're taking that negative experience and making it into a positive by, again, doing something with the energy. But we wouldn't know what to do with that energy unless we were interactive in life. It's like by becoming yourself, and investing in yourself, you're pouring into yourself. And that's, again, taking that negative energy and inevitably going to alchemize it, turn it into something that's beautiful from pain. That's what alchemy really is. And so we leave off with one more message, which is freedom, which is realize that your wounds create doubt, resentment, and guilt. So work to free yourself of the darkness, cast off negative thoughts, find peace in your heart, and discover the being of light within you. And that's why this experience happened, to help you ascend life. And that could only happen when you, again, like looked at the wounds that were there, that really were creating the blockages, which are doubt, resentment, and guilt, and to like free yourself. And part of going through this experience allowed you to free yourself because you were able to alchemize the negative energy from the experience, which really the experience is that karmic theme of where you keep on attracting people into your life that don't show up for you, that they neglect you, they abandon you. So spirit says the key is for you not to, again. And that happens again when you ascend life, when you're interactive in life and you get to see again those different versions of yourself. That's when again you get to see that you are not abandoning yourself, that you're again changing, you're evolving, which is what you have to do. All right, I'm going to leave that there. You let me know how you resonated, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.